The story begins, and we see a family with a mom, dad, and their 3 children. A son, a daughter, and a small mouse, the 3rd child. The family had adopted him, and his name was Stuart. His mom was always worried about him because Stuart was very small in size and always did things he shouldn't have done. Their older son is named George. One day the whole family goes to watch a football match where George's team is playing, but Stuart isn't played because he's too small in size. We see the match has started. Just then one of George's team's players gets injured. He fell because of the football and got hurt. Now Stuart gets a chance to play in George's team. He's small in size, but still works hard to score a goal. But George ultimately scores a goal to win his team. But nobody knew that George didn't kick the football. He kicked Stuart. Now his mom and dad quickly run over. They see Stuart hanging upside down on the net. Now Stuart's mom gets very worried for her little son. She comes home and tells her husband, "I'm very worried about Stuart because he's very small." Hearing this, her husband says, "Stuart also has to understand that he's very small in size, and he's not an ordinary human. So he should take care of these things himself." At night, George and Stuart are in their room. George is very happy because he made his team win the match, while Stuart is very sad that he couldn't do anything for his team. The next morning we see George is making a plane, and Stuart also helps him with it. The plane wasn't completely ready yet, so George and Stuart were both finishing it. Just then George's friend comes to their house. He goes to play with George, but Stuart was near the plane. Accidentally, his foot starts the plane, so it starts. The plane starts flying fast. Stuart can't control it, and it's moving around the house. Just then their mom also comes home. When she opens the door, Stuart's plane flies out over her head. She gets very worried seeing this, and everyone is now chasing the plane. They all come to the garden chasing the plane. When they come and see Stuart, he's perfectly fine, but George's plane is broken. Seeing this, George gets very angry at Stuart for breaking his plane. But now his mom tells them to throw the plane away. Stuart is very sad because he broke his brother's plane that he made with a lot of effort, and because of this, he doesn't even go home. His dad explains to him that you should make friends like yourself who can understand you. The next day Stuart goes to school and asks everyone to be his friend, but nobody is willing to be friends with him because he's a mouse and very small in size too. George goes home with Stuart every day after school. But today he goes with his friend because he's still angry at Stuart for the plane breaking. Now Stuart goes home alone in his little car. Just then a very cute little bird falls into Stuart's car on the way, and it's in very bad condition because an eagle is chasing it. Stuart saves its life with great difficulty and brings it home. He brings it home and bandages the bird's wounds. The bird tells him that the eagle destroyed my family. I'm the only one left. It also shows Stuart its mom's broken ring, which was their last keepsake. Stuart, after hearing everything, tells the bird, "You stay here with me, otherwise the eagle won't leave you alone. He'll kill you too." The bird agrees with Stuart's words. It was also ready to stay in his house. Stuart introduces the bird to a cat in his house, which also lived with them. Now, when Stuart's mom and dad come home, they're also very happy to meet the bird, and they're also very happy that Stuart has found a friend who's like him. The next morning Stuart goes to school, and after a while his mom also goes with his sister. The bird is alone at home. When it goes to the roof, the eagle is there. Here we find out that the eagle is a thief. He steals valuable things from houses. He uses this bird for this because the bird looks very cute and people quickly like it. Now the bird tells the eagle, "Look, there's nothing valuable in Stuart's house. His family is very nice. We should leave here. We need to find another house." But at the same time, it tells him, "Yes, Stuart's mom has a valuable ring. I might be able to steal it." "Okay, so you have to steal it." He then insists that you have to do your job quickly. The bird agrees with the eagle because many times he saved that little bird's life from bigger birds. After this, the bird goes to Stuart. They both became very good friends. It was very happy with Stuart's family. It also forgets the eagle's warning, and the eagle has seen this too. Now the eagle comes to the bird and says, "If you don't steal that ring soon, I'll kill Stuart." After hearing this, the bird gets very scared. The eagle also knew that there was no other way to convince the bird because it had gotten very close to Stuart's family. One day, Stuart's mom is washing dishes. She takes off her ring and puts it aside. Just then, she hears her daughter crying. When she comes back and sees the ring she had placed is missing from that spot, she and her husband get very worried because that ring was very valuable. Now Stuart's mom and dad think that the ring must have fallen into the sink pipe. Soon Stuart's mom goes to call a plumber. Over there, George and Stuart also arrived. When they find out what happened, Stuart tells his dad, "Dad, I can go into the pipe. I'm very small in size, so I'll go with the help of a spring and bring Mom's ring." Stuart's dad is worried about sending him, but still sends him into the pipe. Just then Stuart's mom also arrived, who was always worried about Stuart. George and his dad try to hide that Stuart is in the pipe. Just then the spring with which Stuart went into the pipe breaks. His mom also finds out now. Everyone starts looking around to save Stuart. Just then we see the bird, which has Stuart's mom's ring. It quickly comes and takes Stuart's mom's locket and saves it. Stuart came out of the pipe, and now he was even closer to that bird because it saved his life. That night the bird listens to Stuart's mom and dad's conversation, from which it learns that they care very much about him. So now it decides to leave from here. It doesn't want to give the ring to Buzz, but it's worried about Stuart. That's why it leaves its own ring, which was its mom's last keepsake, with Stuart and leaves forever. When Stuart wakes up in the morning, he finds the bird's ring. Now it seems to him that Buzz must have taken it. He was very worried. He decides that he will somehow save the bird. That night, he was going to leave home without telling anyone, but George saw him. He asks where he's going. Stuart tells him that I'm going to find my friend Bird. George says don't go alone like that. Take someone with you, and if Mom asks, what will I say? To which Stuart says you make up an excuse. George tells him to take our cat with you. Stuart now goes to him who is sleeping. He wakes him up and tells him to go with him. He was also ready to go with him. When morning comes, at the breakfast table, when Stuart's mom doesn't see him, she asks George about Stuart. He says, "Mom, he left early for school this morning. He had some work." When evening comes, Stuart still hasn't come home. Now his mom starts worrying about him. When she asks George, he lies again. He says Stuart will stay at my friend's house tonight. Now his mom calls his friend's house. Just then George also calls his friend and says, "If my mom calls you, tell her Stuart is at your house." But his mom found out that George is lying, that Stuart is at George's friend's house. On the other side, we see Stuart searching for the bird with the cat. But by now, neither the bird nor Buzz has been found. Stuart's friend, the cat, takes him to one of his friends who knows about everything. When he asks about Buzz, he says, "I know about that Buzz, very dangerous. He's taken the lives of so many innocent birds. He lives in a tall building, and whoever goes into that building has never come back alive." Hearing this, Stuart's friend the cat gets scared. Now both of them reach that building. Stuart makes an air balloon and reaches the building where Buzz used to live. But the cat doesn't go up with him. Going there, Stuart sees that the bird is with Buzz. Buzz now tells Stuart, "So you came to save it. Do you even know it's a thief? It stole your mom's ring and ran away." When Stuart learns all this, at first he's very sad, but still he wants to save the bird. He attacks Buzz with a small arrow, but it has no effect on him. Buzz picks up Stuart and throws him down. Seeing this, the bird goes to save him, but Buzz catches it too and locks it in a bucket, putting the lid on top. Stuart falls into a garbage truck. He falls and loses consciousness. The cat is waiting for Stuart below. Now he's starting to worry. Somehow, he reaches the building where he finds the bird locked in a bucket. When he asks the bird about Stuart, it tells him that Buzz threw Stuart down. I don't know if he's alive or dead. After learning this, the cat also becomes very sad. Back home, Stuart's mom is worried about him, so she goes to George's friend's house to find Stuart. But George's friend's mom says, "No, Stuart didn't come here." Now she goes home and asks George, "Tell me the truth, where is Stuart?" George now tells his mom and dad everything, that Stuart went to find his friend Bird. Now they all left to find him. Stuart had given George the address of where Buzz lives, so everyone is going there. Over there, Stuart, who regained consciousness, sees that he's on a trash barge in the middle of the sea, full of garbage. He realized that he's gone very far from the city. He thinks about how he'll get back. Just then, he finds his brother George's broken plane, which he had broken. Now, he takes many things from the garbage and attaches them to the plane. He completely fixed it. When he starts it, it starts. Now he flies it to the same building where Buzz used to live because he still wants to save his friend Bird. Over there, the cat opens the bucket's lid and frees the bird. Just then Buzz arrives. To escape from him, the cat hides in that bucket. But Buzz found out about it too, so now he was going to throw it down from the building as well. Just then the bird says, "Look, Buzz, if you hurt him, I'll never give you this ring." Saying this, it flies away. Buzz also chases it to get the ring. Now, when he was about to catch it, Stuart arrives. He had put the bird in his plane. The bird is very happy to see Stuart alive. It says, "Stuart, you're alive. I thought Buzz killed you." On the other side, near Buzz's building, Stuart's family arrived to find him. The cat also falls down from the bucket it was hiding in. Over there, Buzz is on top of Stuart's plane. He separates the top part of the plane. Stuart tells the bird to leave the plane because the plane is about to be destroyed. Just then Stuart turns the plane towards Buzz. Stuart has his mom's ring, with which he shines light into Buzz's eyes. His attention is distracted, and now Stuart drops the plane on Buzz. Because of the plane crashing, Buzz dies. Stuart comes down using a handkerchief support. But just as he's about to fall, the bird saves him. It lowers him safely. When Stuart comes back, his mom and dad are very happy. For a few days after, the bird stays with Stuart's family. But after some time, the bird leaves from there. Then Stuart happily lives with his family. And with this, the story of this movie ends here.